Well, today I wanted to talk about something that happens all too often here down at the store, and that's premature tyre wear. Too many times we see people with brand new vehicles setting out, putting new tyres on and wearing the tyres out prematurely. Now, there's nothing worse than spending good money on tyres and having either the inside or the outside of the tyre wear out prematurely, something you absolutely don't want to do. And I'll tell you what, even lifting a vehicle, a lot of the modern cars are around about 50 mil, which is quite common. It doesn't matter what brand of suspension that goes on out there. A 50 mil lift is enough to actually set all the geometry on the front end of the car out of alignment. Now, even if you go and get the car wheel line, it might measure up in specs, but I'll tell you what, it's not perfect because the top arms, and these are areas here, you can see this device I'm holding, and now this is a billet top arm. Now, what we do here at Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive is actually replace these top arms, and you can see an example of this one being a billet one and this actual one being a steel one here. And what happens with these top arms is they're designed to put the caster, the camber and all the geometry in the front end back to the right factory settings. So when you do a suspension system, it's actually giving you plenty there, and quite often you'll see when you lift a car 50 mil, it'll be taken to the wheel liners and they'll say, look, it's right on max. When a car's right on max alignment, that's a recipe for disaster and a recipe for tyre wear. So by changing the top arms out, now it doesn't matter whether you've got a suspension fitted, no matter what brand it is, any car with a 50 mil lift, especially late model vehicles, need to have the top arms replaced. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the biggest, most overlooked items on the vehicle, and it's something that you should do 100% when doing the suspension. Putting that suspension back into alignment is what it's all about. And you can see here on this vehicle is an example of a top arm being fitted to the car. Now, this black steel arm allows for a lot more wheel travel, so it actually allows the tyre to come right down and actually gives you more wheel travel, but most importantly puts the right caster angle back into the actual suspension. You can go really fancy. You can see on this particular vehicle there's a full billet unit. So the billet unit allows for even more adjustment, certainly does look the part, and it is really, really good. So one thing you need to consider before you go out and fit a suspension system, or if you've got a suspension system already fitted and you're experiencing tyre wear, change the top arms, because they're going to make a massive difference to ensure that your tyres stay good and your vehicle just drives better. I mean, we get a lot of reports after fitting these, again, no matter what suspension's been fitted, and the clients always say, I tell you what, I don't know what you've done to my car, but it drives way better. And again, putting the car back into the factory parameters with the right caster and camber is what it's all about. So for any advice on suspension, especially replacing your top arms, come and see us at Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive. Get on the website or give us a call, because our expert crew know all about making sure that your car is going to be set for the long distance and keep your tyres rolling and in good working order.